When we reveal the real of who we are, it shrinks our fear, it boosts our confidence.
If you wait to have confidence to do something, you'll never do it.
When I take this off, and I'll never forget the moment I did this for the first time, because I used to think I should be embarrassed or something's wrong with me or I'm not beautiful.
It's Brendon with your big bolt of shot of goodness today.
Yay.
Bring some enthusiasm and encouragement into your life. Every day is a good day to grow. It's a good day. It's a good day to feel good. Jamie's in a good mood today. What's going on? Tell us.
I'm always going to give.
No, you were fired. You were in a great mood today. I can see it. What's happening?
Listen, it's a great day. We are all alive. We are all blessed, right? I mean, listen, there's been so much going on this week. You know, I've been in 20-hour days getting ready to launch this book. I almost started crying this morning because there's so much to do that I'm like, you know what? I have learned this lesson because I spent 10 years working crazy hours and forgetting to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it this time.
Yay!
I am dropping balls left and right. I am doing my best. I literally, Brendon, I start crying every day because there are so many people online that are already spreading the word. And it's just, it's really cool. Like, we're all in this together. You know what I mean? You know, I'm donating 100% of the proceeds from the book, and it's really just, believe it's all about, you know, helping everyone overcome self-doubt and step into the person they're born to be. And so I'm just excited, but I'm overwhelmed into the, you know, this morning I was up at 4 a.m. So much going on. And so by the time you and I start going live.
No, does she look like she was up at 4 a.m.?
I'm just laughing.
I mean, she's fired. I mean, I got to get some of that coffee you drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
I haven't had no coffee today. This is just water y'all can see here. But I should have some coffee in this thing. I'm going to make some coffee later. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling well. And I told my wife, said Denise, I said, I think I'm sick. I'm coming down with something. She goes, no, you are fighting something. It's like Jamie said, I am followed by, right? Louise Hay taught that. You were talking about Joel Osteen taught that. Wayne Dyer, you know, super popularized it in the culture. I am blank is something important. I am sick is probably not the best thing to say. She's like, no, I'm fighting something. I'm getting over this. I'm moving through this. And anyway, shout out to my wife. She inspired me the day. The personal development guy who is moping around. And you all have mopey husbands when they get sick. I've heard this is a thing.
You want to know? So my daughter Wonder is two years old, and my son Wilder just turned 9 months. And Paulo and I laugh about this because when
Wilder's 9 months.
Wilder's 9 months. Isn't that wild? Time flies, right? We had him in the middle of the pandemic, and it was just a crazy story. I'll share that story one morning on GrowthDay because that was really a challenge on the morning show. But you know, Wonder, Paula and I always laugh because when Wonder gets a boo-boo, she might cry for a second, then she's good. But that's our daughter. But when our son Wilder gets, you know, anything, his bottle is empty. It's like, I mean, he whines and he cries to the next level, and we just joke. And so I hear that's common.
Yes, someone told me that somehow men. I guess this is actual fact. It's not someone who's a researcher told me that men actually do complain more when they're sick, verbally complain more when they're sick than women. I have no idea if that's. I've not seen a study, but a researcher told me that as we were studying a lot of different communication patterns between men and women. I have no idea if that's true. I would say that's probably 50-50 in my marriage, I would guess, but I think she would report different stats. So.
I love it. You're just fighting something, Brendon.
Just
good.
Just working through something. So thank you. I'm seeing everybody.
By the way,
Jen on Facebook said it's called man sick.
Oh, listen, every day we're all fighting something. You know what I'm saying? This is Confidence Week on GrowthDay morning show. And I think that journey to self-confidence and that journey to believing in ourselves and that journey to, we're fighting something every day. And the thing that I love about this morning show is, you know, hopefully people realize they're not alone in that. You know, they're not alone in that. And everyone goes through those same battles. And, you know, I had one thought just to share this morning with everybody, because I think this is big. We're closing out Confidence Week. We do themes every week on the GrowthDay morning show. And, you know, I'm curious, and I would love for everyone to just type this into the chat and into the comments is, what's one thing that if you became confident in it would be life-changing? Like one thing about yourself, right? One thing that if you actually sometimes it's making the decision to be confident in it, would be life-changing. And, you know, Brendon, just to get super vulnerable for a minute, super vulnerable, because we're all basically a family at this point. We're in each other's living rooms.
It's true. Everyone knows everything about us at this point. I feel like, what else are we going to say tomorrow? You all know us and love us, and we love you, and we're cheering you on every day, and we look at your comments every day. Thousands watch live, tens of thousands watch afterwards. So we see the comments in real time, but then we go see the comments after, and the vulnerability and the joy and the encouragement we receive there is what keeps Jamie and I going. So thank you all for that. But also thank you for sharing us. I shared stuff the other night about my brain injury and my car accident, and the feedback was unbelievable. So thank you guys for the support. But Jamie, what is it? You really teed it up. Now I got to know.
This is such a special show. Yeah. And I see people, and I love this, Brendon, when you repost the Growth Day Morning Show on Facebook or on Instagram, or just post a screenshot or anything in your stories. Some of you are starting to write, if you know, then you know, or hashtag,
I like that.
Hashtag IYK. YK. If you know, then you know.
You know. You're on Growth Day.
Yeah,
people and it's Growth Day know it.
Yeah, they know it. And you guys, everyone here right now, live with us on Instagram and Facebook, y'all are the very beginning. Like the people, you know, building this kind of a really cool movement, something that really impacts all of our lives together. You're here from the start. This is your Growth Day. This is your Growth Day morning show. And so, you know, I love seeing those posts. If you know, you know. I'm like, that's right. Yeah.
So because you know, it's such a small group of people in the world who are actually committed to personal development. And we started Growth Day because we wanted to say, not just Growth Day on the daily. It was so important for me to remind people. It's the daily discipline, the daily focus, the daily intention, the daily gratitude, the daily love, the daily being a good parent. It's the stuff that we do on the daily that forms our, not only our mindset, but ultimately our attitude, our personality, our character, our contributions to the world. And very few people, lots of people say, I like personal development. Very few people do it on the daily. So it's a different tribe. You all are different. Like, to tune in, to want inspiration with this, to contribute the way, all the nice things you guys say, all the great quotes you always post, the sharing of this. You guys keep tagging new friends in because the show's been growing. I've been watching. So keep tagging new friends in who you feel like are like you, who want to do personal development, who want to improve the world. Because if we don't improve ourselves, we're not going to improve anything out there. So I just, the group, the community, you all are part of something bigger than you imagine. You really are.
Amen to that. And, you know, I just think, to wrap up Confidence Week, I had this big thought when I was out walking this morning, keeping a promise to myself. Did not want to go out walking this morning. It was so cold.
Did you stroke me out there? You know?
Yeah. No, but like, you know, it's so good, because when we get into those habits and those routines, right, obviously they become much more enjoyable. And just another thing I want to say, I'm watching people type in the comments saying, you know, I'm not confident starting conversations with people and keeping them going. There's people typing so many things in the comments about things that if you were actually confident in them, they would change your life. And I want to share one thing that was life-changing for me on this journey to confidence. And, you know, I went through a season of what I thought was setbacks. I was anchoring the news. I was working as a journalist. I thought it was my dream job. I always wanted to interview other people, right, and share their stories, like since the time I was a little girl and I was in my dream job. And I started getting rosacea, which is a hereditary skin condition. It was pretty bad. I went through this big season that really affected my confidence, right? And I would get these big red bumps, and it would be bright red. And sometimes, you know, even now to this day, Brendon, when, like, let's say I drink wine one night, or it's just a stressful time, or it's just a season, or the weather, and all of a sudden.
So the last 6 months, basically, is what we're talking about.
Basically. I'll just have these, I get really bright red. It kind of can feel like sandpaper. And I went through this season of thinking all the thoughts our inner critic thinks, right? And it really affected my confidence for a long time. And I had this realization in my life, and it really happened the first time I went on live national television and actually took my makeup off. And it's this, right? It's this idea that there are things that we are embarrassed of. And I think this is universal. There are things we're embarrassed of that we let affect our confidence. There's past mistakes we've made. There is, things that we tell ourselves are wrong with ourselves or aren't enough about ourselves. And yet when we embrace them, when we just make the decision to say, oh, this isn't what's wrong with me, this is what's right with me. And I know that's hard, but when we make that decision, when we do something afraid, it literally shrinks that fear. It shrinks the thing that we thought was really a big deal, right? When we share our story for the first time or do the thing that's holding us back. And I'm just gonna, I literally, because I have makeup on because I have a press day for book all day today for the book launch. But I just want to show you something, okay? Because I want to challenge everyone inside the Growth Day morning show. This weekend, we're going into a weekend. I just want you to think about one thing that's holding you back in your own confidence and just do it. And just take that risk and just step forward. Okay. And I just want to show you because something happened to me when I did it. So I have a makeup remover wipe, Brendon. This is, you've probably never seen one of these. This is a little towelette. I just want to show you something, right? Because so I just have makeup on for press later today. But when I take this off, and I'll never forget the moment I did this for the first time, because I used to think I should be embarrassed or something's wrong with me or I'm not beautiful, all those things. And when I started taking my makeup off, right? Because when I created a company, it wasn't about, oh, these are products that worked for, all kinds of skin. It was like, oh, here's what beauty is. It's every single one of us. And you are just as beautiful on the days you want to wear makeup as the days you don't. And something happened to me the moment I did it afraid, the moment I went on national television and just took my makeup off. And Brendon, what started happening literally is I was like, oh, like, it's not about me. B, we're all beautiful. I believe that authentically.
Yes.
I'm no longer afraid of rosacea. I'm no longer embarrassed by it. I no longer think it's ugly. And when I go into grocery stores now and I have no makeup on, right? I'll have people I don't know will be like, oh, are you sunburned or are you not feeling well? And I'm like, no, I have rosacea. It's a skin condition. And I just try to normalize it. And when I see other people, other women, with red cheeks or hyperpigmentation or all this stuff, and I see them just bravely bearing it, I smile like it's like a thing, right? And
it's a beautiful thing. It's inspiring.
Thing. And I think together we're changing the world. And I pulled up one quote I want to share with everyone this morning on the Growth Day morning show, because again, we're all in this together. Every one of us has something that we feel like makes us feel not enough or we're embarrassed about, or it's hurting our confidence. And, there's a famous quote. So I wrote it down right here, and it's attributed to Albert Einstein, but also a lot of other people. So I don't know the original source, but it says, everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life believing it's stupid. And I think when we judge ourselves based on something we've defined as wrong with us, we risk spending our whole lives thinking we're wrong.
Yes.
Like when there's something that is holding us back in our own confidence and we're the ones telling ourselves we're not enough, like we spend our whole lives then thinking we're not enough. And I don't want to swear on the Growth Day morning show, but I will say this stuff has got to change.
Yes.
This stuff has got to change. And I want to read this quote one more time, because a lot of us are like this fish judging itself to climb a tree, okay? Everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life believing that it's stupid. This stuff with what we believe about ourselves and the meaning we attach to the things we think are wrong with us is got to change. And when we take that, when we take that step and do it afraid, right? One person who just wrote down here, I think it was Janie wrote, I'm scared to have conversations with other people. You just start, you just do it. You just keep doing it. And once you start doing those things, you build a lot more confidence in it, and the fear shrinks. Like I was scared to death, right? Because I have it on both cheeks. I was scared to death to do this the first time and the second time and the third time. But now, but all of a sudden that fear, that self-doubt, that insecurity shrinks, and it becomes replaced by empowerment and, oh yeah, I can do these things. And
self-trust and congruence and readiness. Because I love what you're saying, because confidence, y'all, if you wait to have confidence to do something, you'll never do it.
Yeah.
Confidence is gained in momentum. So if you want more confidence, you get in momentum. You enter the fear, you enter the unknown, you enter the uncertainty, you try it. And as you survive it and do it, you realize, oh, I can handle this, which builds competence inside.
Yeah.
And because you tried it, you have self-trust. You go, oh, I went for it even though I didn't know how it's going to go. And the self-trust and the self-respect and the self-worth grows, not because you achieved something, but because you tried. Because you tried, you moved forward. The achievement was the trying, and you did it. And you also realize that most people aren't, like when you did this, I was watching the comments really closely, Jamie. First, would you all give Jamie a round of applause, because this is so inspiring. Give her some hearts, give her some claps, because this is like, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful what you just did. It's beautiful. And I'm watching the comments, and people cheer that on. People cheer real life on. We're always scared that, oh, real life, people won't like that. So let me use the filter. People love real. People love this show. They're here every day because they're gaining with us as we're gaining momentum in Growth Day. They're gaining momentum with us. We're feeling good. We're moving in a direction. We're building new things. We're trying new things. But if you were me and Jamie in the first 4 days of this, it was a hot mess. Yeah. We didn't know how. She's like, we're sitting there with the blue tape trying to figure out how to plug this in, how to make that go. The audio was all messed up. I didn't know I had to wear the earphony things because this mic was doing something weird on the. We had no idea what we were doing, but we're gaining confidence and steam as we go along, and we get to do that with you. Yeah. Please heed what she's sharing. I shared about that yesterday too. I want to just emphasize her fish out of water. That was yesterday's message too. Was remember that. Be kind of like water. The water, as it flows, can go around any obstacle, no matter how big the obstacle is, and it doesn't try to change its nature.
Yeah.
It follows its path. It follows its path. And by following your real path, not trying to hide who you are, following your real path, I really believe people will cheer you on and support you way more than the haters. The haters are, I'll just give you the rule. Haters are 10%. If you can accept that whatever you do in your life, 10% of people are maybe going to give you some negative feedback, criticism, judgment, unfair judgment, or hate.
Yeah.
What would you do in your life? Because that's only 10%. 90% of people got your back. You could swarm the haters. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I love that so much. It's so true. And it's beautiful too. The more you embrace the parts of yourself that you think are not enough, and literally you can switch your mindset around them and just embrace them as beautiful. Or, in my case, a lot of times I think to myself, oh, this is helping someone else. It's helping normalize skin issues, or it's helping, right? It's like when we reveal the real of who we are, it shrinks our fear, it boosts our confidence, but it also becomes about something bigger than ourselves too. And, one great example of this, anyone out there who knows Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, right? Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. She is such a I love when people just show it all, right? She's married to Jesse Itzler, who I believe he's vegan. Sarah's obsessed with Cheez-Its and French fries. And she's not even trying to act like she's not. And it's a really cool thing because I'm just thinking of this because she's turning 50 and she just went on a trip by herself. So she has 4 kids and she's like, for a gift, I just want to go away by herself. She went away by herself and she's posting all week long from her hotel room what she's doing all alone. And I'm just a little biased because she brought my book, Believe It, with her to read the second time. She already read the book. She sent me a whole testimonial about it, saying every woman in the world needs this, every entrepreneur. And then she's now reading it a second time on her 50th birthday week. And she's posting it sitting next to, she has a table of wine, French fries, and salad to keep it all balanced.
This sounds great.
Right?
What a good vacation. Good job.
I'm like, that's the best. And that's a room with some of my favorite things. Sarah Blakely, the Believe It book, wine, French fries, and he was Caesar salads. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, brilliant.
Well, she got the salad in. I mean, there's points. There's points.
Yeah, she's like her husband will approve of one of those things.
If I eat something terrible like pizza or something, I'll like go to the pantry and eat like all these chlorella and spirulina tablets that we have. Like, I'm like, well, so I'll eat like a pile of them, just like a bunch of greens I'll swallow after. I'm like, I'm good.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
That's great. Everyone loves you. If you don't know what Jamie's talking about, she's talking about her book, Believe It. It is so good. Please pick it up. It is going to be a huge bestseller because A, everyone loves Jamie and believes in her. B, the value in this book of vulnerability, of sharing this difficult journey of how do you believe in yourself, start something that's your own, build it up, endure the constant no's and haters and criticism and frankly demeaning people that can be in the world, to follow your passion and build something that's real. And you have to do that. You have to believe it. So she did it as a play on words because her company was called It Cosmetics. Yeah. And so believe it as in It Cosmetics, but believe it, also believe it. Believe is possible for you. Yeah. So good. I can't wait for people to get this book, Jamie.
It's wild, Brendon. It's like I think 95% of the book is stories and lessons I've never shared. And it was really vulnerable to write it. But I'm super excited. You know, I'm donating 100% of the proceeds, but really the book is, I love that you shared that. Thank you. Yeah. It's so many professional lessons and then so many personal lessons, because so many times in our own personal life, we have someone betray us or pull the rug out from underneath us. And it's like, how do you handle that? And how do you not, how do you not let it hold you back? And just all the things are in Believe It. And there's tons of pre-order gifts if you order early on BelieveIt.com. So I have to share that too. Thank you for sharing.
We haven't talked through this yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a couple thousand of these books and we're going to ship them out to some GrowthDay full members. So if you're not a full GrowthDay member yet, go to GrowthDay.com, become a member, get Jamie training you throughout here's someone who built this huge company and she's coaching you throughout the entire year. I'm coaching you throughout the whole year. But then we've got Gloria Tonro and Anthony Trucks and Mel Robbins and Dave Hollis and Jenna Kutcher and Prince EA and Jonathan Fields. And Dr. Daniel Amen's coming on to teach brain health next month. We have literally the best and most diverse personal development teachers in the world. And we're live for you in a training. Like, this is a morning show. This is inspiration. This is fun. This is storytelling, but actual deep work for personal development so you can heal, so you can feel better, so you can change your marriage, so you can improve your life, achieve more, earn more. But that takes work, like real personal development work. That's what we do at GrowthDay. Jamie's in there. I'm in there. Go to GrowthDay.com if you're not a member yet. It's gold. It's like, I'm seeing people post who are members. Hi, guys. It's unbelievable. It's literally, my goal was, we're going to make the greatest value that's ever been done in personal development. So for less than $1 a day for the whole year, you get the best people who would usually charge tens of thousands of dollars a month together. Yeah. And you're getting it for like $2.99 the whole year. So please check it out. It's super awesome. And I would love, love, love for you to support it and love you to support Jamie's Believe It book. This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember and you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.